knock something special, boy.
Hear that knock all the time, huh?
Let's get it poppin'. Let's get it poppin'.
There it goes.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Y'all hear that theme music? Y'all see these beautiful faces? It's the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth.
And I'm Tommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's get canceled.
All right, so listen, man. Tonight, man, we got a couple topics that we want to touch on, and we're going to end on a topic that's close to both of our hearts. We're going to talk about fatherhood, all right? And the many different aspects and shades that it comes in, right? So we'll get to that in a minute, right? So we do want to say thank y'all, man, for rocking with us tonight. Yo, man,
sure.
we lost somebody, bro.
Yeah, man.
We lost the real one, y'all. And I'm not talking about the fake ones that y'all are used to. Y'all done heard. All right. We lost one, man. Val Kilmer. Batman is gone, Sharon.
Batman. Doc Holliday.
Gone, Sharon. Yeah. Those are movies that you know, because all I know is Batman, and I know he was in Top Gun, but I ain't never seen either one of them.
You gotta go watch Top Gun, man. You gotta go watch Top Gun.
Okay, I'll watch that when you watch I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Anyway,
I'm gonna get you. Hey, man, I'm gonna get you. Sucker is on. I think it's on Hulu.
I don't even know what that is. I don't know what I'm Gonna Get You Sucker is. I know what I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. I know that one. Yeah, it's spelled sucker.
There it is.
Oh man.
But listen, man. R.I.P. to Val Kilmer, man. That was And in the last Top Gun movie, he did look a little down. You were kind of wondering what was happening. Don't know all the particulars. Then hey, y'all found that part out.
He had some medical condition, man. Like I know I saw because he had always wore a scarf. I want to say he had like a tracheotomy or something like that. I'm not positive. Don't get me the line, but it was something to that effect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not sure what was going on with him, but you know, it happens, and you don't want to see anybody go out like that, especially someone who's so near and dear to so many different people. So hey, you know what I mean? Shout out to his family, man, and all his fans. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer.
Rest in peace to Val Kilmer. For sure.
All right. Now, speaking of
not a
I
good way
almost said speaking of dead white folks, but
I guess I did say you want to do that one. You definitely said
I said it already, so it is what it is.
And it's live.
But yeah, it is live, so I can't even take that back. Well, okay. So listen, man. This is the wrong one. I don't want to show y'all that quite yet. I don't want to show y'all that. Yeah, we gonna get to it in a minute. But listen, man. These white folks, man, is having a rough time, ain't they?
Hey, boy, you guys have called it. You guys have done it.
You called it, and we had this discussion before, and we talked about the fact that whether or not boycotting things was going to be of any value to us as a people. You and I talked about this, and it was like, you know what? People just gonna leave for like a week and then come back. Well, Jamal Preach Bryant,
right?
Decided he was going to, for Lent, he was going to say we're going on a 40-day boycott of different retailers, specifically Target, because of their stance and coming back from or backing off of their DEI policies.
And that was one of the things that was one of the things that I've made the point of, is it has to be something that's going to be sustained more than the one day that they were doing.
True.
A couple months back or a month or so back. So to see the impact of a 40-day stalemate, standoff, boycott, whatever you want to call it, it does put them in a position where they do see the impact of the black dollar. And I'm not even going to say anybody else helped. I'm going to say this is in particular the black dollar. This is the black dollar. This is the impact of the black dollar over time, and the ability of the black people to come together and do something. Because again, you remember that was one of my things: is this just a test to see if we can do? And it seems as if we have passed that test and we can do. So Target is
You
now
know,
feeling the pain of losing the black dollar for an extended time.
my pride in this situation is just
Hmm.
what you just said. The fact that this isn't a people of color movement.
Hmm.
This isn't a women or men. This is black folks.
Right.
And black folks with their pockets and with their feet have decided in mass, like large number, because you don't affect a company like Target the way that they're being affected without a lot of us buying into it.
Right.
I
Right.
I am proud to say and happy to say that I'm not going to Target. Now, let's be real. I wasn't going to Target like that anyway. I was only going to Target for two things, and one of those was my Black Girl Magic. And you
Right.
know that, and I know that. Now, here's the thing. I read an article today, and it was like, are black people really hurting Target? They It's obvious they're hurting Target, but I mean, are they? Is the trade off worth it? Because there are a lot of black brands
Hmm.
that are in Target,
Hmm.
like the Black Girl Magic brand,
Right.
that are feeling the loss. Because I'll be honest with you, I just recently found where else I could get that from other than Target, because it was
Right.
nowhere else. So I think what we should do is the same thing that I did. What we should do is make an effort, because if it's in Target as a large retailer, it is probably somewhere else. It may take a little bit of effort on your part and digging on
Indeed.
your part to find it, but I promise you that we can still support black owned businesses that are in Target without spending money on those black owned businesses in black owned brands in
In
Target.
Target. Yeah, because more than likely a lot of them have some direct to consumer
Right,
locations anyway. As opposed to like Black Girl Magic, you don't want to have that ship across state lines or whatnot.
right.
But they are probably in more places than Target. Now you know me. I've been beefing with Target since 1997. Been
Yeah,
beefing with
I heard.
Target
I
as
heard.
a former employee of Target. Uh, yeah, they crossed me back in 1997. So I'm
Good
all
God
for it.
above it.
So I'm gonna give y'all a salute to what you guys are doing to Target. You ready? Hey, there you go. And this is for the people. Like I said, I'm Tommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all. Fuck Target. That's for y'all. Salute.
Salute.
And that right
Woo!
there burns.
It
Mm.
doesn't. It doesn't.
Ooh.
It feels good. Listen, hey,
Bro.
I promise you. Hey y'all, so check this out, man. Remember last week when we were supposed to be together live, we weren't.
We were not.
However, both of us ran into some drinks that we've been waiting for the other to get close to the other one so we could try them out together.
Mm-hmm.
And we both have now about finished those drinks on our own.
Well,
Like we haven't been in the same room in over 2 months.
it's been 2 months, bro. This
It's
is too
been two
long. It's been
months.
too long.
So yeah, this month we gonna be together
Oh, it's
and we
happening.
gonna have
It's happening. It's
these
happening.
both these bottles, and we'll tell y'all what we're doing. Speaking of y'all rocking with us, man. Hey, make sure that you all are following us on all of your audio podcast platforms. All right, we are everywhere
Please.
that you get your audio podcasts from. Please listen to them, share it with your friends, follow us on these platforms, man. We do appreciate it. Trust me, we're paying attention. Trust me, we getting the love, and we want to make sure we return that back to y'all. All right.
And I love when I see you guys in those comments telling me how
Yes,
right I
sir.
am. Now, that's one thing that I love. When they say, oh, Tommy is right, I love that. I love seeing that. And again, there are some haters on certain platforms that come after me on my opinion, but for the most part, people will let me know how right I am a majority of the time. And for that, I appreciate you and continue to be there. Continue
all
to be
that
there.
all that does is prove to me that along with the very intelligent and wonderful fans that we have, we got some slow ones too.
The voice of the people, I speak for you all. That's what it
Listen,
is.
Tabitha Brown made a post about the Target boycott, and they carry her products. She understands, but she also has a product line. It was a touching statement. I'm going to try and see if I can find that statement because I'm very interested to
See
see
if we
what
can
Tabitha
find
Brown had to
tabs.
say.
We're gonna see if we can find tab.
Absolutely.
Yes. So yeah,
So,
because again, there has to be a way that we can still help these black brands, and I think a part of what the DEI situation was, where they were gonna discontinue with some of these brands and pushing some of those brands as a part of their cuts and their DEI. So these brands that had their products there were probably not going to get that re-up that they were expecting. I know some of them probably would have if they were doing well enough, but the fact that we can we should be able to go to Tabitha's website. We should be able to find whatever she's selling on her IG, whatever social media page, and do the ordering there, as opposed to having to go outside to Target anyway. So
Yeah,
they have these platforms now where these black retailers are pooling all of their resources and giving you an option of ordering from these black websites and that sort of thing, these black directories, these green books, so to speak. So I think it's going to be okay. I think they will be fine. They don't have to go to Target uh, to get your purchases. You should have other outlets that should allow you
that's
to do
true.
that. So
That's true. And
so
I
once
think
again, I'm beefing with Target anyway. So
I think one of the things that kind of made me think about that for a while was that it was partly what you said. You said that, hey, we got to do something more than just a day or a weekend or something like that, because
mhm,
to delay that income is different than actually denying that income.
right.
Because what you can hold off 2 or 3 days on something you need,
Hmm.
but you can't hold off for 40 days for something you need.
Right.
So you'll go find somewhere else to do it.
You'll
Now,
find
another
an
thing that
alternative.
Target was banking on, and trust me on this one, black folks, we do Easter a whole lot bigger than any other culture.
Who you
We
know?
do Easter way like right. So they and in their meeting, they were like, "Hey, we're looking forward to, our numbers were down a little bit, but we're looking for that bounce back on Easter and this holidays that mean more to us." Well, guess what?
Hmm.
They're getting ready to miss out on. They're getting ready to miss out on that Easter money, and they're already feeling the hurt. So if they don't up their quarterly earnings,
Yeah, it's gonna be a
they're in
tank,
trouble.
and that's gonna be the thing because again, you can catch that when you miss that holiday, when you miss that spike, that thing that normally spikes you above your normal day to day. So you
Hmm.
can miss your day to day, and then you hit that holiday, and pretty much covers up some of the things. But when you miss that holiday, that's going to be something that's going to be uh, a sticking point for them. Also, when people realize that everything that I was going to Target to get, I really don't need,
Yep.
and how
Yep.
much money I can, and not even about their DEI. It's just I can save my money. I don't
Hmm.
need that. I like to go to Target to go and get this. I don't need that. When you realize how much you don't need, and people are like, oh, I just need to go out and relieve some stress and I'll just blow a couple dollars. But when you realize that I can stay at home and save that money, the day
Right.
that I would have gone to Target, I will just stay at home. And
Right.
then you
Right.
realize how much extra you have now after those 40 days that kind of rolls over into the next 40 days and the next 40, and you realize how much self-control and restraint that you can actually have. I think it's going to benefit us in the longer run of not getting that instant gratification also. So I'm okay with
Right. Right.
skipping out on Target. And if you can skip out on Target, you can skip out on the Walmart. And now I know a lot of the folks that I know gonna be mad with this one, but you can skip out on the Ross. You don't have to go to the Ross. And I did say the Ross because my little cuz Lou is go. She's the Ross one. But you can miss Ross, right?
No.
Well,
Are
all
we supposed
right.
to be? Wait, nobody notified me. Are we supposed to be boycotting Ross too?
No, I'm just talking about saving money
Oh,
overall. I'm just talking
oh,
about saving
okay,
overall.
okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. I was like, no, come on now. Hey, hey, somebody get
Not
Jamal on the
everybody look
phone
at
right now. Get Jamal on the phone right now.
We gotta
Hey,
talk about
listen,
the Ross now.
I do want to talk about Tabitha Brown. Now,
Uh-huh.
Tabitha Brown, along with a few other black women specifically, had
Look at
some
you,
things to
caping
say,
for the
and
women. Look at you.
I am the black women. I'm all for black women. It says She says, as disheartening as it is for me, I'm not the only one affected by this. It's for everyone who is a woman-owned business, minority-owned business, black-owned businesses. It's for so many of us who have worked so very hard to be placed into retail to finally be seen and have proof of retail because, contrary to whatever the world might tell you, it has been very hard for black-owned businesses to hit shelves, which is why it's such a big deal when we do and finally land inside of retail. So it's definitely heartbreaking to feel unsupported. I can see how she looks at it that way. I do.
Was she speaking to the boycott, or was she speaking to Target about their DEI initiative?
No. This is her about the boycott, because it's her and a few other people. Um a
Oh,
few
well, in
other
that case, hey, lady, get over yourself. I'm sorry. Now I'm there. Hey, this is about the greater good, woman. This is about the greater good. If you can't take a knee with us right now, so be it. We need to take a knee right now. We needed a break. And if you get impacted by the break, I'm sorry, but we needed a break. We needed something to speak to your to your boss. We needed to talk to your boss right quick. So
oh
we needed to take a knee. And if you cannot stand with us while we take this break and understand the greater good for this, then so be it. I'm sorry that it had to be you,
she
but
says
it
she
had to be
says
you.
While she understands why people are flocking to boycott these retailers, she noted that those most affected by this will be the aforementioned entrepreneurs who sell products in these stores. Our sales would drop and our businesses would be hurt, Brown stated. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight
It
where you
does.
can just take all of your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process. And then where are you going to put it? You got to have a place to store it, and that's money. Then you got to have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability or the space to house their own products. That's understandable. Let me explain something to
I get it. Oh, I completely understand what she's saying and where she's coming from, and I feel for her. However, we got to take a knee.
you. You do. I agree with you. Now, I don't agree with you with the vitriol that you came at black
There
women
was
with
no vitriol. There
just
was
now.
no vitriol.
But no. I heard it. Y'all heard it, right? Y'all heard it.
No aggression. No aggression. It
Y'all
was
heard it.
it was basically, lady. Oh Lord.
Ross ain't done nothing but bring folks joy. But listen. I gotta see it from both sides. I gotta see it from both sides.
Uh-huh.
I understand that it's harder to do and it's more difficult, and sometimes it may even be impossible to do. But I'll tell you what, I'm sure that it was difficult, impossible, harder to get to work without riding the bus. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure it was difficult, harder, almost impossible to get lunch without while sitting at a lunch counter and getting your head beat in.
Right.
It's almost impossible,
Knowing that they weren't going
difficult.
to feed you, they were just going to
Right,
beat you.
right. It's impossible, near impossible to get where you're going while you're trying to walk across a bridge and getting beat up and dog sick on you. But you know what? Somebody at some point said, you know what? I'm going to have to go through that uncomfortable stage in order for us to be more comfortable later on. I get it. I get that you got a whole lot, and it's a lot. Now, I don't think she was talking about her, because Tabitha Brown, I'm pretty sure, has the resources to be
To
able to house her
maintain.
product
Right.
and do all
Right.
this stuff. I think she was really sticking up for some of these smaller businesses. And speaking as a small business owner, like, I know what that's like. I know what it's like to not have room to store your stuff. I
Yeah.
know what it's like to have to pay extra to protect your merchandise so you can do your job later on. I understand that, but the greater good.
Right.
It's the
And
greater good.
that's the thing. Someone's going out of business for
Right.
sure. There
Yep.
have been businesses that were impacted to the point where they will not recover.
That's
And
true.
it
Yeah.
sucks. It really does. It sucks. And it's hard to see them in that position and not go into that target and, hey, I have to do this to support you. But
Right.
what we're failing is the masses to keep
Right.
this open. And it's I can't be the farmer on this one. I can't give up my flock to go save the one. I can't. I got to protect the flock here.
Right. Right.
So you
And
can't be the
that's
shepherd, and we can't be the shepherd on this particular point. We've got to make sure that the whole is cared for, and we can circle back to you. Hopefully, we can bring you back along once we are all in accordance with what we're trying to do. hopefully we can bring your product back and bring your business back. But as of right now, if you have to be a casualty of this war, so be it.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't want it to
I think
sound horrible the way I'm
it
saying it,
does.
but
It does sound
it
horrible.
does sound horrible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is, man.
Well,
Sorry.
here's
It's
where
a
I
horrible
have a
situation.
problem. Here's where I have a problem though, because I know for a fact there is at least one large scale warehousing operation by a black man or a black woman somewhere.
Mhm.
Why have you not reached out to one of them, or why has one of them not reached out to you to try to work together? Because that's what made the boycotts of old work. People who had resources found out where the need was that needs to be met by boycotting this. So people who had cars picked up people who didn't have cars for the bus
Exactly.
boycott. People who had food made sure they fed the people who weren't getting fed over here. People who had money made sure they went and bailed the people out of jail when they got arrested during. So we're missing that other layer of boycotting to a degree. Now, I have to salute Jamal Bryant. That man's got some personal issues. You know what I'm saying? But
For sure.
but it's him, and I can't remember the other guy's name. You know, the big preacher man that's got he's got the head hunched over like this, and the Poor People Campaign. You know who I'm talking about, though, don't you? You know who I'm talking about.
I do.
Okay, what is his name?
I do not know his name. I do not know his name.
But he seems genuine. He seems legitimately genuine. He's been talking, and I haven't heard about any scandal. If it is out there, I don't know about it. But Jamal Bryant had plenty of scandal. But he has a platform and he has influence over a whole lot more people.
Right.
And he just got black people to not go to Target and not hate Target. They want to go back, but they're saying I am not going because of this.
And if you can make it 40 days, you can make it 40 years. Come on, let's just go ahead and shut them down.
Because you almost done made it. You almost done made it 40 years out there.
Tell you, we creeping up on them. I don't need them. Yep. I don't need them.
All right, well, check this out, man. We said we was gonna talk about something tonight.
Yeah, but
we're gonna talk about these daddies.
Talk about pappies.
Are you ready?
I am, and again, I guess this is gonna be my episode to say the shit that nobody else wants to say. So
here we go.
Let's do it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, has requested to pay $1.1 million in child support up front to cover all 18 years of payments. That's $5,000 a month. He does not want contact with the child. So and you sent me this story, I want to make sure that I understand this correctly before I start wilding out. Anthony Edwards got with, first of all, if you're in high school and you look like this, and then you get out of high school and you make millions of dollars, and then all of a sudden this is running up on you, you ought to know that it's all about money, right? You ought to know that already. But secondly, if I understand correctly, Anthony Edwards knocked up the chick on the right, who only reason I'm not questioning whether that's a man or not is the fact that it's obviously a female because they got some reproductive organs. But I mean, look at that. You kind of,
right.
See what I'm saying? So he's saying, okay, I'll pay you up front right now. I'll give you this money right now. Boom. And that's averaging out at $5,000 a month of child support. Now you can push me and we can go to the courts and I can wrangle and you can spend all that money on that type of stuff. And then you may or may not get that amount. But what I want to do is just get rid of you. And here you go. I don't need to know the baby. I don't need to have nothing to do with the baby. You keep the baby, do what you want to do. Hey, congratulations. You're a single mom. What say you, Tommy with an H? You're the voice of the people. You speak for us. I'm asking you, what is your take on this particular situation?
I'm gonna speak for every man right now. I'm gonna speak for every man. If niggas had an option where they've told the young lady, because in this instance he told this young lady go get the abortion, she said no, not gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, he came to her at the up front, told her, she was like, I'm pregnant. He was like, yeah, this ain't what it's gonna be. I don't like you like that. She said, do you hate me? That nigga said, yeah. Well, he replied back, he tried to type yes, and it came back he's. So you like, and it was like a quick response too. So it's like, okay, I hate you. I hate you.
I don't know what's worse. Wait, time out. I don't know what's worse. The fact that he said yes, or that he said yes so quickly.
That it came back he's like, nigga, but so yes, but he came back and told her, yeah, this is not it. I'm not gonna. And she was like, well, I don't want nothing from you. I just want you basically to pay for the kid. Now, if you're being told up front that you're going to be a single mother, guys, if you know all you're going to be doing is giving this woman $5,000 a month for the next 18 years, and she's probably going to be talking to you and going on social media saying how much you're a deadbeat and all these other things that happen with these types of situations where you didn't want it. She said, fine, I'm going to do it anyway. It seems like a money grab. You like, fine, you want the money, take the money. And for you to offer the judge to, sir, can I just give her $5,000 a month for the next 18 years? I'll pay it right now. I don't have to talk to her any longer. Because I really don't think, at his age right now, I think he's just upset. And that's the whole, he doesn't want any contact with the kid thing. I don't think any man, regardless of if the kid wanted or not, I think at some point you get there and it's like, that's still my kid. I have to do what I have to do. I think he's pretty much paying her to leave him the hell alone. You don't have to say my name any longer. You don't have to talk to me anymore. I'm going to give you $1,080,000 to leave me the hell alone for the next 18 years. And I think it's a grand idea. Now, what I do think is going to be the problem,
he ain't done,
is she's going to blow that $1 million in the first
tomorrow.
And that's going to be the problem. And that's going to be the problem for the kid.
Tomorrow.
That's going to be the problem for the kid.
That's going to be a mama problem. And it might be because, I mean, all right, listen, I'm just going to point this out. All I want to point out, looking like this ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? Looking at that ain't cheap. She spent a whole lot of money on that. You understand what I'm saying? Because wait. Nope. I'm not done.
Okay.
This right here don't match nothing else. This is that don't match. So she gotta go back and get retouched later on. Listen, this is the problem, bro. I agree with you for the most part about everything you said. For the most part.
Okay.
The issue is as a father.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, I don't have any kids, so we're going to see. That money already spent. Probably.
Yes, sir.
Probably.
So, this right here. What's this? He said he didn't want the baby. She kept the child. He paid for the child support up front. It's all in her control. You're absolutely right. Like, it's she got bills. Look at the rat.
But that's the thing. Like, she can go make some more money with that body right there. She can start OnlyFans, and she'll be paid for at least the next 15 years. She can stack some dough. Oh, niggas gonna pay. And that's Ant-Man old lady. Niggas gonna pay just because that's Ant-Man old lady. Because niggas for some reason, y'all niggas like the back door niggas, and y'all like bitches that niggas done been with. That's why Scottie Pippen next lady keep a nigga.
That's true. That is true. But let me ask you this. Let me tell you this.
And Steve Harvey daughter.
Godly, she is
everywhere.
Listen, talking about thinking like a man. Anyway, so this is the problem I have with this, though, is Anthony Edwards is pretty much saying to her and the world, I don't want anything to do with this baby. Now, let's take it.
That's the rough part.
Right. It's not about her. And if this is some part of a grand plan for her to blow everything and end up impoverished and then go back and say, oh, I can't take care of the baby, and him to move in and take full custody or something like that, salute my brother. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But I'm saying I can understand that. But here's the thing is that you just told the world That you think that baby's not ever going to know that you his daddy?
And that's the thing with now, like back in the day, you could hide a baby.
Yeah,
You can hide a baby down the road. Right now, you can't hide a baby across the country. Like it's not possible. It's not possible. So for you to do this and have it on the record that when this kid becomes of age and you look and my daddy didn't want me. You know how many should have been aborted babies are out there that don't know it, and the parents
have no idea.
Right, you have no idea how close you were to not being here. Like that's something to actually know that this nigga didn't want me at all. Like that is rough.
There is no question. There's no question. And that's the thing. That the thing is, it's like kids who are adopted, kids who whose parents left, they can always put it on, well, they made the best choice for me, or them and my mama couldn't get along, but he left, you know what I mean, because of that, or my mama said this or that and pushed him away. That's not an option in this. You are saying flat out, I told you I didn't want that baby. Now the baby's here. I definitely don't want the baby. I'll pay you and the baby to go away.
Right.
And you thought that your child was worth about $1.1 million.
Right. And
that's it.
And the thing is, I saw
the hot coffee lady. The hot coffee lady got more than that.
Right. But I saw this young lady say, just sign over your rights. But in most states, they won't let you just sign over your parental rights.
Not
for free. Not for free. Like he can sign over parental rights after he pays this $1 million or however much the judge is going to order in child support. And I don't think they're going to allow him to pay it up front. Now, can I just give it to the state and y'all give it to her? Like put it in escrow somewhere?
That was gonna be my other question. Like,
how does this work?
I mean, like because I know with child support,
because it's irresponsible for the state to give her a lump sum. Now he could give the state a lump sum, but it's irresponsible for the state to give her a lump sum.
I don't know
unless she knows how to. Unless she flips.
I don't know, but if it's hers, who's to say why?
It's not hers. It's the kids.
Right. The state isn't giving her or the kid anything. She's just getting what she's supposed to get. According, like that's the mindset. I would have a problem. This is my problem with reparations. I would have a problem with you saying that, hey, you are owed this money, but I don't trust you with the money, so I get to dole it out to you as I see fit. You can go to hell. I'm not. No. I do it. If it's mine, give it to me, and we'll talk about the rest of it later. When people start talking about, oh, well, reparations, we shouldn't give reparations because they'll just blow it. It's mine to blow. So what? So wait until this kid's old enough to blow his own money. Because my mom, you can't give my mama my money. Yeah, you can. That's not your money. No. Child support is for the parent to support the child.
Child care. It's for child care.
It's for child support. There's a difference. Child care means like is doctor's appointments and daycare and stuff like that.
No, keeping a roof over my head.
That's not child care. That's child support. That's not right. I'm agreeing with you.
That's how you care for the kid.
Right, but that's not what when you say that, that's like, let me put it in terms for us, right? You and I both live with two very smart women. These women know what they're doing. They know how to run. They're very good in their fields. They are used to running things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to running things. You used to running things. But when it comes to the household, it's like, you know what? I pay my wife child support every 2 weeks by making sure that she has control of the money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supporting the child with whatever I make on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Is that always? Sometimes that looks like food and groceries. Sometimes that looks like a light bill. Sometimes it looks like a car payment. Sometimes it looks like getting her hair done. Sometimes it look like getting her nails done. You know why? Because when her attitude and her affect is positive, then she's more positive with the kids. Blah 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 blah. So I can't say what women should spend money on. What I can say is that you don't get to walk around with your hair and your nails done and then come back and say, I don't have money for the light bill or the water bill. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
If I'm Antonio Brown, right? If I'm Ant and I say, hey, I need you to sign this paper. I'm giving you $1.1 million today. Here you go. this averages out to $5,000 a month until the child is 18 years old.
Don't call me.
You're signing this paper saying that I have paid my child support for every month, whatever. We get a legal mediator
Notary.
in it, a notary and a mediator who comes in, and we both agree to this. I should be able to walk away. I should be able to walk away. Should I walk away? Morally, no. But
not morally.
Should I be able to walk away? Absolutely. Because what she wants to do is say, well, I'm gonna put you on $5,000 a month child support, and then in 5 years, when he re-up on a new contract, or he gets something like that, she goes back to get to readjust the child support. Yes. And he's like, no, we're not getting ready to play this game. We're not getting ready to do all this stuff.
Because $5,000 should be enough. And if I could start this kid at this level of living, and you can live off of $5,000 a month, you should be able to live off $5,000 a month for the rest of your life. Because she's gonna ask for more.
You know she is. You know she's gonna come back asking for more.
Because she's gonna get more.
Which is probably why she doesn't want. I don't. Let me.
Well, we don't know what she wants yet. I just know this is what he has. This is what he has suggested, and this leads me to a larger point of my body, my choice. And women, yes, it is your choice to do what you will. You have that choice. You can keep the baby, abort the baby, do whatever. Because dudes don't get a say so in any of this. But when a nigga say,
ladies and gentlemen, normally I would have a ticker tape at the bottom of this right now. But guess what? Watch this. 3, 2.
But when a nigga says, I do not want, and you decide to have, I don't think the guy should be held responsible in those situations. Because if there is a situation where he wants this kid and you say he cannot have, it's not fair. It's not fair either way. And you say, well, he knew the responsibility of it when he laid down with it. Well, so did you, man. So did you. And you knew more than likely this nigga probably wasn't going to want it. So the responsibility lies on both of you. And when this nigga say, I don't want to have to deal with the responsibility of this, you know what you should be doing at that point, man? Letting that man go on about his goddamn business. That's Jimmy. That's Jimmy. Hey, am I letting guys off the hook a little too much? Probably. Probably.
No, listen. No. Probably.
No. However, y'all gotta realize who y'all was dealing with to begin with. You know the niggas wasn't shit.
The views expressed by Tommy with an H are his and his alone, and do not necessarily represent the Let's Get Canceled podcast or its sponsors and affiliates.
Here's
now
another
back
thing
to our scheduled program.
Here's another thing that I think should happen.
Wait. Before you go to the next part, put a pin in that. Don't you move from that. I want to hear that definitely. I do have to say that I to a degree agree with you, because when it comes to kids, men are expendable. And it started with the social services, where you got less if there was a man in the household. And so people started, kicking men out, and we'll build this family without you. And so in this situation, if the roles were reversed, if she said, I don't like him and the way he talks to me, so I don't want him to have anything to do anything, she'd have a whole movement behind her. Now we have a man who's saying, I don't like her and I don't want anything to do with her. And I was like, we're looking down on him, which I still do, because I think as a man,
of course,
if you're a father, you ain't jack. If you can't, if you don't want to be around your kid, if you don't want to be around your kids and take care of your kids and support and provide for your kids, you ain't shit. So
that's my thing. I'm like, every man should be fighting for their kid. That's where I believe. However, I do understand when guys don't have a choice in the matter, and then you are still bashed across your head as a deadbeat nigga because she decided. Like, you don't have a choice, and you do not have a choice in the matter at all. Now, I do believe that there should be some pill that a man could take. Like, we need to get birth control pills, because putting on the rubber in the instant, like that's kind of I ain't gonna say it ruins a moment, because there are creative ways you can get that rubber on, fellas. Hey, but
talk to your local whore to find out.
but I will say, like, why haven't they come up with a male pill that would allow you to just take your pill every day like the chicks do, and you'll be able to go out there and squeeze as much as you want to, and not have to worry about not having babies. Now you got to squeeze them nuts out. You know that it's a squeeze.
I'm so I'm so troubled by the way that you said that.
Hey man, I'm a
But listen,
creative
man,
being. I'm a creative being, but I
let
do.
me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question though, because we've got another story
Yes.
that's on the opposite side of this. As a
Uh-huh.
matter of fact,
Yeah.
as a
Pop
matter of
that one
fact, let's go ahead and talk about that one now, because I'm very interested to see where you fall on this one. Right, this is a story about a Georgia father who was arrested for leaving his young kids at McDonald's to attend a job interview. The last half of this, ex NFL star Antonio Brown vows to help family. It's that troubles me a little bit, but
He
now
met his goal. He met the goal. I will say Antonio Brown did meet the goal that he was attempting to
really
get for this young man to help the family out. He said he has not yet verified the story that the kid's mothers gave him,
smart,
but he says if it turns out to be true, GoFundMe is going to make sure that the family gets the money, and if it ends up being something that is not exactly what he was told, he'll make sure that everyone gets their money back. From GoFundMe. So it's not something, it is something that you can donate to if you do want to. And I think it's going to be a risk-free venture in that. If it is true, he gets the money. If it's not, you get your funds back. But what I'm on this, I understand. And this is the problem I have a lot with the Republican Party in this.
I think you want to make sure that we say this. Like, if it is as we hear it,
As
if
we
the
right,
story is as we
right.
hear it, then you
Yeah,
understand. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. If the story is what it is, I completely understand doing what you have to do to take care of your family, because they're saying that this family has been this man and his kids have been homeless for some time. So that's where Antonio Brown is going and putting that GoFundMe together, because this young man doing everything he can to take care of his kids, and I have to go and find a job. I don't have any child care for my kids. I don't have anywhere to take them, but I know this McDonald's playground
Right.
normally has some kids in there. There's normally people around. As dangerous as it could be, I need somewhere for my kids to be so I can go and get this job. Because if I miss this job interview, it could end up being me and my kids on the street for another day.
Right.
And that may be as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than me leaving them at McDonald's, where somebody can at least watch them. Because other than that, I could end up having to put my freedom, my life, whatever, on the line to go and do something different. So that, to me, as a father, and again, I'm not a father, but I can see as a father doing when they say doing what you got to do. This isn't a guy going out there robbing McDonald's, because he could have just robbed the McDonald's and been done with it. Left the kids in the car and went and robbed the McDonald's. He left the kids at the McDonald's. He doesn't seem like he's been out there selling no dope. He's trying to get gainful employment. And for this situation to come about where he goes back to get his kids and the police are there, like, hey, you got to come with us.
I want to point something out. The kids are ages 1, 6, and 10.
Mm-hmm.
This says that a little bit before 4:30,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't have a car. Him and the 3 kids walked to McDonald's. They were in McDonald's for a little while, then he left. He came back shortly after to check on them. That's that test run.
Right. Exactly.
Then he went off to his job interview. He returned at 6:20. Now, pause right there. From 4:30 to 6:20. Let's round up. Let's say 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But in that 2 hours, he left on his way to McDonald's at 4:30. So let's just take off 15 minutes. Right? Hour and 45 minutes. Then he left, and then he came back to check on the kids.
Right.
So now we're at an hour and a half. Maybe an hour 15. I don't know. Let's say an hour and a half. Are you telling me that a 10-year-old, 6-year-old, the 1-year-old, that's the one sticking point for me. Like, that's a little bit different. I got a 2-year-old granddaughter. Would I leave my 2-year-old granddaughter with a 10-year-old kid? Probably not. Now, it also depends on your kids.
Right.
I know for a fact that you can leave kids of any age at home alone as long as nothing happens. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
I say legally.
No, yes, absolutely legally. Let me explain. There is no age. There is no age.
Boy, you better put a disclaimer on this because we don't know.
No. Oh, I know this for a fact.
Y'all go to jail.
There's no age limit. There's no age limit. But what they do say is that you have to. It depends on the child. It depends on the child and their maturity level. Now, of course, a 1-year-old is not going to be mature enough to be able to stay at home by themselves, right? So, but like I could leave a 1-year-old at home with a 5-year-old. No, probably not a good idea. But can I leave a 1-year-old at home with a 15-year-old? Probably, and be okay.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
A 1-year-old with a 10-year-old? I don't know. I don't know those kids.
No,
you know
I don't think you can leave a 10-year-old alone. It's like if I can leave you alone, I can leave. I can leave you with somebody. If I can leave you alone, I can leave you with a younger sibling. Now, if I can't leave you alone, if I can't,
no,
then I can't.
Just because I can leave you alone, doesn't mean I can leave a younger sibling with you.
I would trust that. Trust that.
I wouldn't. Listen, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, these kids comes in all types of flavors. You understand what I'm saying? I am telling you right now. I'm gonna try and say this.
Don't say it. No,
I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna get beat up. Okay. I'm not gonna get beat up. I hope. But what I'm saying is I've got kids who are different ages, and the oldest kid is not necessarily the most responsible kid, and the youngest kid is not necessarily the least responsible kid. You understand what I'm saying? I can't go by that age bracket. It differs. So like they switch off at different times.
Depends on what the situation is.
Right. So if I knew that all of one of these kids' friends were out of town, I would feel comfortable leaving them alone versus if I knew that certain friends was in town. Because then I leave and then it's like, oh snap, well, so-and-so's in town. And it was the same thing with me and I'll use me as an example. If Breeze and Biz was in town or was around and they was bad idea. Mom, Dad, don't leave me in the house. Because I'm telling you now, you gone, I'm gone too. Right. I know where you at. I'll be back before you get here.
And and they know to call me before you get here. I'll check in when I need to.
So you thought you were leaving me there to watch them. Gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all better not tell nothing.
You better not say a thing. But that's the thing that you got to remember, bro. Like you got to remember that these are different things. Now, in this situation, I question the thought process behind leaving a 1-year-old, but I see why he did what he did. Right. Because unlike Anthony Edwards, this brother is saying, you know what, whatever I got to do to take care of my family, that's what I'm going to do. I'm hoping that that's the case. I'm hoping we don't run into that nigga didn't go to a job interview.
He was tricking off, he was going to, yeah.
But you know what? As many times that we've heard this thing and that thing about black fathers, man, this man is trying to better his life and better the life for his family. And
that's the way it seems. And I'm with this 100%. And whatever it's going to take. So hopefully this story ends up being true, that he was simply leaving them there to go on a job interview. And I think at that point, I may have asked somebody, but again, I don't have any kids, so I don't know how to, but it may have been someone at that McDonald's, like, hey man.
And you know what? I'm reading some of these comments on Twitter, right, about the story. Yeah. And it's like, you simply can't leave your kids like that. And I get how this happened, but there are plenty of questions. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There this right here is what I just said. Yeah, it's a little iffy on the 1-year-old, but dude was trying to get a job. Give him a break.
Right.
Okay. It says, I know it was a desperate situation. The brother made a mistake, but an understandable one. All he could think about was the hope of a job. Dude was literally doing the best he could with what he has. I commend him for that. It's not easy. Here's the thing. If I put myself in the shoes of the mom, I can see if the mom was like out like mad or something. Like I don't know what her response has been to the situation, but I can tell you this much: it's really difficult as a man when you've got whatever's chip stacked against you, and you're trying your best to provide for your family. I'll give you an example, right? So when I got married, about a week and a half before my wedding, I lost my job. So we only went on a honeymoon because it was fully paid for by somebody else, and other people gave us gift cards and stuff like that. So when we got back from the honeymoon, we could fill up our kitchen with food and all that stuff. But I had no job. My wife was working, um, I believe, as a CNA at the time. I'm not positive, but I know it wasn't making a whole bunch of money, right? So I found whatever job I could. I was changing oil, but she needed to get to work somewhere else. So I would get out in the morning. I would walk in the heat to go stand up and reach up and change oil on vehicles. And it was like, oh my God, this is the worst thing. And I walked back home. We had one kid,
Mm-hmm.
and I would do that every day until I could do better. And that's what this dude is trying to do. Like, I could only imagine. Is it a wrong decision? Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't the best decision. Absolutely not. We're not going to excuse that, but I think intent matters. I think intent matters. If he was just being a bum and then he left the kids at McDonald's so he could go do something he wanted to do,
Right.
that's something different. I don't think this is a situation where this man put kids in harm's way on purpose. I think he thought the best that he could do, because if I can just get away with it this one time, I can get this job, and then we don't ever have to worry about this again. I can see where he's thinking. Flawed thinking as it is,
Right.
I can understand that, and I salute this brother for taking the chance and doing whatever he got to do, because really and truly, if everything blows up, if everything goes wrong, the kids are at the McDonald's play place.
Right.
There are plenty of people around. So even if he gets in trouble trying to do the right thing, the kids are going to be safe one way or the other. So for the most part, yes, there are crazy people out there. But
right.
yeah,
and that's the thing.
You have to
those,
weigh the
odds.
odds.
You have those one-offs, right? And you have those one-offs, but it's go get this job or miss this opportunity, and me and my kids end up with nothing for another day. And this is me getting us one step closer to off the streets. I'm not sure.
Dennis said he's not sure why he left them and not tell one of the workers there. I'll tell you why, Dennis.
Because the workers might say no.
Not even that. The people are afraid of DCF. Because 100%. If you tell somebody, hey, you don't know. Think about the backlash that he's getting right now. You know what I'm saying? He's getting some support from people like us, but he's also getting some backlash, I'm sure. So think about those type of people who say, you know what? No, that's absolutely wrong, and I'm going to do something about it. That's why you don't say that to nobody.
Yeah. Because you tell them, because you tell someone, and they be like, all right, and then as soon as you leave, they call him, this nigga done left his kids.
Right. And then you sneak out and try and hope that nobody saw you bring them in there. You know what I'm saying? Nobody notices that there are 3 kids playing in the play place because it's a play place.
That's and just imagine what you're thinking while you're at this interview and your kids are at the McDonald's. Like, how short are your answers? How detailed can you get in your replies when you know at any moment DCF is going to be picking up my kids? Hey, Mr. You all right? Thank you. Did I get the job? I don't even. I don't have any questions about salaries. I don't have. No, sir. You got any questions? No. Anything for us? No. I got to go because my kids are at the McDonald's playground.
Right.
Like it's crazy to think of that situation, and I hope he got the job. Because that's the other thing. I hope he got the job.
You and Dennis both think the same thing.
That's what I really
here's
hope.
The thing.
Probably not, because now they see he's on the news with a mugshot. So probably not, because clearly you don't have the best decision making in your. I want
to talk about this right here. Workers would have to act as mandatory reporters. I don't think so. I don't think fast food workers are considered mandatory reporters. I think you have to be in certain fields. I know, like I know I'm
a abandoned child.
I think I'm a mandated reporter.
3 abandoned children? Because basically these are 3 abandoned children.
We don't know that.
These 3 kids.
I'm saying, wait. I'm not talking about we don't know.
As an employee,
you don't know that.
If I don't see a grown up within a few hours, I'm gonna ask these kids, hey, where your mama? Where your daddy?
It wasn't even a few hours. The police were there in less than 2 hours.
I said, an hour. No. I'll give you an hour. You're not leaving no kids.
Here's the thing.
Without me questioning. Now, he should have told a 10-year-old, hey, I got a job interview. Somebody asked y'all where I am. I'm in the bathroom. I went around. I'm going to give some instruction.
Right.
To make sure, and I'm going to make this 10-year-old a liar, but baby, you're gonna be a liar until I get employment.
Right.
But you're gonna be a liar. You're gonna lie today. You lie to me, you may as well lie to everybody else.
Now I have a client. Okay. So I have a client who was at work.
Say that properly.
Right. She was trying to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
She was at the job. She's got a Ring camera on her door. And while she's there, she went to an interview and thought and was like, okay, I'm just gonna be at an interview. My kids will get home, they'll go in the door, no big deal. While she's there at the interview, she got offered a job on the spot. And she needed a job bad.
Right.
She was supposed to be home. They were only supposed to be home by themselves for maybe like 15 minutes.
Right.
Well, that turns into a few hours. Now, these are older kids now.
Right.
Like there's
not a 1-year-old
at an age. No, there's not a 1-year-old.
Okay.
So, but what happened to her, and this speaks to what you were talking about. What happened to her while she was at the her job interview? Her phone goes off, the Ring camera goes off, so she sees them going to the door, but she doesn't see them go and unlock the door. She sees them run to the door, and they're trying to get in, and then she sees a gang of other kids who are chasing them and trying to get in the door at them. She doesn't know what's going on, but she's sitting up in a suit jacket and everything, and she just kind of glancing down at her phone, and it's like,
right.
But she's trying to focus in because
I need this job.
I'm behind on my rent. If I don't get this job, if this doesn't happen for me, we're out on the street.
We're on the streets.
But on the other hand, I don't know what's going on with my kids and their safety. And she is fighting back tears, trying to be nice and Now, of course, she probably would have reacted different if there was a grown person who was chasing them. These are kids on kids. So you kind of assume that something happened at the bus stop.
Right.
And now they fight and whatever, but they got in the house. But she explained the way she described it to me. She goes, hey, man. And she showed me the clip on it. She goes, I was looking at this in real time, sitting in a chair 20 minutes from home, trying to hold. Like, so she's freaking out. Single mom.
Trying to keep life together.
And that's disturbing to me. So I understand when and I've been in some situations, not that drastic, but I've been in some situations where you had to make some decisions and go, you know what? If this goes wrong, it's going really wrong and I'm done. But if it goes right, we can make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've made those decisions. Sometimes I've decided against it and tried other ways. Sometimes I've taken the chance. Thank God that they've always, it didn't never go too bad, but it's been bad.
Like, I was a latchkey kid. I remember me being in 2nd grade, my older sister being in 3rd grade, and we're walking home. I mean, her being in 5th grade, and we have to go home together. She's a 10-year-old, I'm an 8-year-old, and we're on our way home. And we had to let ourselves in. We get in there, and she's got to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And there wasn't any real repercussions behind that. And
nor should there have been.
And again, my parents had to work. They had to do what they had to do to make sure that we weren't homeless. Now, my grandmother lived around the corner. My aunts lived around the corner. Like, people could get to us quickly if need be. But for the most part, we would make sure that we got home and took the meat out the freezer and put the clothes in the dryer. Oh, man.
I just had a flashback.
You felt the belt? Did you feel the belt?
Because you forgot the forgotten belt? Yeah. The oops, I forgot to take the chicken out. Nigga, yes, Lord.
The panic in your body. Oh, yeah. And we did, and at times we would have my little cousin Tay with us. So it's a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would be at the house doing. Now we definitely tortured my little sister. We tortured her real good. But the fact of we knew how to take care of home, and for them to.
I don't think you did. I don't think you knew how to take care of home. I think you knew that if you stepped out of line in anything, I don't know about. I'm not going to speak for you. I'm going to speak for me. I know that if I open that door for anybody else, and my mom and daddy found out that I opened that door for anybody else, I had to see Denise. I ain't never been scared of no police.
And we ain't had
I was scared of Denise.
With no ring camera, she knew.
No, man.
She would
no,
know.
sir. She would know. She would know. Somebody knock on that door, you got real quiet. Shh, shh, shh.
And you ain't even go.
And
peek.
that was it. Right.
You ain't even go peek.
Nope. And you knew that. But you know what? Our parents busted their butts, bro.
Yes.
To make sure that we were taken care of. And they instilled in us like, hey, you don't do this. And they didn't. I'm so sick of having to explain stuff to children. Like I didn't get that full explanation. It was like, go sit down. Get in there. I said, and don't open that door. Man. Don't have nobody in my house when I ain't here. Don't open that door for nobody. And you just shut up.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one beef I do have with y'all new parents, man. Y'all like to validate these kids' feelings. Like, my parents gave zero fucks about how I felt about anything.
Stop. You see what I mean? That's why I can't say that about you. Because I'm talking about having to confer with kids before doing something. You just said, forget these kids' feelings. That's not what I said. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not what I said. He just...
Y'all out here validating kids' feelings. Let them know. But we are it's time to go.
It's time to go because you own one and I'm not getting ready to get stuck into this.
Yes, because I'm about to get real. We can hold that. We can hold this one on for next week or one of our just off the cuff. We'll pop in and do.
I think we need to pop. We need to go ahead and talk about this again when it's just me and you and we're in the same place, so we can discuss this because I am a full staunch believer in what you're saying to a degree.
Yeah. Until
you start talking about, don't validate kids' feelings, and then I'm like, God dog it, I can't with you, bro. So
I came out this way when parents didn't give a damn about how you felt. So parent, hey, take this exactly. Perfection.
No. Not a good way, nigga.
Perfection. Do as you're told. Wait.
Hold on. What does it say? In most states, an adult is considered a mandatory reporter. Just because their boss is a middle-aged clown doesn't change things for what you see. Okay.
Is Ronald the clown? Ronald's a clown?
That's hilarious. Anyway, man, listen, man, we've talked about this enough. I would get mad. Which side do y'all fall on? Do you fall on the side of Anthony Edwards, where it's just like, hey, I don't want nothing to do with the kid or the mama, take this money and get out of my life? Do you fall on the side of the father who is trying to get a job and left his kids at McDonald's unsupervised? Or you fall somewhere in between? Let us know in the comments, man. Make sure you reach out to us. And also remember, guys, we are everywhere that you get your audio podcasts, all right? Mm-hmm. Anywhere that you listen to audio podcasts, you can catch us all the time. We are here on Wednesdays, and then on Thursdays, it goes live. We do appreciate everybody who's following us. Please continue. We appreciate the support. All right. Anything else, Cuzzo?
Fuck them kids. That's it.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, my God. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know what time it is. Make sure that you follow us on all your social media platforms. We love y'all, man.
Love y'all, man. Love you too, boy. Y'all be good. Peace.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm telling you, man, these kids gonna be the death of me, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
They gonna get me. They gonna get me one day.
But they gonna take care of you when you're older.
I hope so. Hey, boy,
just pay them off.
Just pay them off. It's too late.
Just pay them off.
It's too late. They've been here this whole time. It's too late. I can't get rid of them. Yo, we'll holler at y'all, man.
Y'all be good.